All right, welcome everyone to RFCL on a Thursday. A very big game tonight. Basically, play-in game. Loser of this game is eliminated from the playoffs. They would no longer have any chance of making it. That is not the only situation we have tonight. UCA rooting for NDSU because I will lock them in the West Division title game. Uh, Speaking of that, we might as well. We can show the standings here, what we're looking at from the games from Tuesday and Monday. As you can see, App State, Central Oklahoma have locked themselves as the one seed in both divisions. And as you can see, the East is also completely clinched. Coastal Miami is they are eliminated. Monarch, what are your thoughts from this? I had the West completely open, no teams eliminated. Uh, they can't hear you. Hold on one second. All right,
And
Monarch.
music.
Now, repeat yourself, Monarch.
Yeah, so I'm clearly really happy about looking at the eastern side of this bracket. Looking at the West, as you mentioned earlier, tonight's game is gonna really impact who goes up against UCO, and yeah, it's up to anybody right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, nothing from the West, like I said, is except for tonight. After tonight, there will be a team eliminated. But yeah, I think we're not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna head over to NDSU for pregame interviews. Coach Kernsey, North Dakota State, big game tonight. It's win to stay alive. How are we feeling?
Feeling awesome over here. Cappy and I have a good game plan this week, and we're ready to go. A lot of turmoil on the other side, but I'm sure Jet will do his best to bring a good game.
Monarch, or anything for them?
Yeah, you guys had mentioned last week that you were going to be going with VY3 on the offense, and that it looked like he was kind of working through some plays, maybe could have been overwhelmed in the playbook. Have you seen anything? Have you made any changes this week in practice to get your Bison offense on the Stampede tonight?
We pared it down a little bit. We're going to change a few things, but really it just comes down to he's got to make plays, he's got to make throws, and it's up to him. So, I mean, we can call the plays, but we can't throw it for him too.
Right. And then another question I would say, last week Ryan Parker had 3 interceptions. One went back for a 76-yard touchdown return. Probably the top defensive performance from a single player in the RFCL history. How are you planning to follow that up in what essentially is a round 1 playoff game for you guys tonight?
Go ahead, Cappy.
I think we just kind of be a little more consistent on the ball. I mean, we're still giving up a decent amount of points and some big plays, but I think as long as we're being consistent, we get off the field on those 3rd and 4th downs, then that's all that really needs to happen. I think since week 1, defense has turned around a whole bunch this season. So, I mean, that's kudos to Currency coming in, and even along with it with our assistants and everything else for them to go ahead and come on in here. But I think just for us being consistent today, getting the turnovers that we need, getting off the field, it's just what we need to do today. It's a team sport, so one guy's performance can change the game, but team output is where we need to be at to be able to win this game today.
All right. Well, we're going to leave you all to the pregame plans for you all, and we'll see you at halftime. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Coach Jet, we just got done with NDSU. It's basically a playoff game tonight. Win to stay alive. How are we feeling?
Feeling great. I feel great. It's a great program to be around right now. Just loving life here in Montana. Actually, give me one moment. Yeah, hey coach. Yeah, now's not a good time. I'm about to coach a potential playoff game here. I'm still checking out the facilities on Saturday. We'll talk soon. But phone's been blowing up. So you know how it is here in Montana. One of the most prolific offensive coordinators. News of me getting terminated through leaked DMs. I'm here to win a game. I'm here to win a national championship. So that's how we're feeling.
Monarch?
Yeah, with those comments in mind, who do we have starting at quarterback tonight?
We'll let you see.
And then the second question would be: are there any tricks that we haven't seen up your sleeve that get this Grizzly offense moving?
Hey man, that's the tale of magic. A magician doesn't tell his secrets. So we'll see what's going on, and we're gonna play a great game. I'm fired up.
I love it.
Then Ronnie, defense has been probably the strong suit for Montana the last couple weeks. How are you going to keep that up tonight?
He might not be here.
Okay.
But I will let you know he's gonna put up a brick wall.
Okay, all right. Well, with that, we're going to head back to the booth. Good luck tonight, and I will see you at halftime.
Sounds.
All right, Monarch, final thoughts before we get into this.
Yeah, it looks like both sides understand the urgency of this contest, and I'm excited now to really see what we have in store for it.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, like we said, are going to play like the season's on the line because it is. You got to win this game to stay in it, or you got one game left and that's it. After tonight, nothing's guaranteed. Well, one more game's guaranteed, nothing else after for both teams tonight. But it should be. It's going to be a good game, regardless. As the teams are loading in. We're going to, there we go live there. Yeah. I don't know why I don't hear any sounds. That's not great, but oh well. I can hear a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, Monarch, as
absolutely nothing. So I'm just like,
my bad. Yeah, I forgot. I did. Monarch as coaches of both teams that are, we know we got at least a couple more games left. We don't really know how these other coaches are feeling.
They could be playing for not only their jobs at these places, right, but to impress other places, right? And I think that all coaches should, as anyone is in any profession, right, always looking forward. So your performances now, are going to reflect hopefully well on you. I think both these teams, like I said before, are understanding of that as they were talking about. Especially Jet, that was amazing. As far as the timing of that call from whoever it was, we don't know. We do not know who that was, and so whoever is clearly also interested in Jet, if that was not you, you should probably be reaching out to Jet to figure out what's going on.
All right, NDSU, we'll start with the ball tonight as they return it to the 32-yard line, but there's a flag on the play already. And we're starting off with a clipping call, not what Coach Currency probably wanted.
And Law Ramsey getting off to an interesting start.
Yeah.
Maybe frustration from the whole season taking over there for him. Not sure.
1st and 10 for NDSU. Not sure what's put him. In terms of field position, it'll probably be inside the 20-yard line if I had to guess. But 1st and 10 for North Dakota State.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how conservative North Dakota State gets once again with their freshman quarterback. VOI3 is still trying to get, it seems, a grasp of everything there in Fargo. And so we'll see what happens.
1st and 10 is going to be a handoff to the right side. It will go nowhere. Great defensive presence from the left side of the line for Montana, and is now 2nd and 13.
Yeah, absolutely great play there from, it looks like the linebacker filling in and just not letting him get anything going.
2nd and 13 now for the Bison. And we're going to keep saying all night long, this will be a game of, a lot of punches being thrown. You just got to find your moment tonight. Both coaching staffs know that this is it. If they don't win, it's over.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a field position battle, at least in the beginning here. As you were talking, punching, jabbing a little bit to figure each other out, see what each other can do.
Another hand over the middle. This time he only apparently gets 3 yards. Still 3rd and 11 for North Dakota State, and not what this offense wants. They don't want to be behind the chains on 3rd and long.
Not at all. Not on schedule for them. And you worried after that first play what they were going to do to try and get a chunk back, and that run up the middle on 2nd and 13, interesting play call, maybe trying to find the defense, in a pass situation, but didn't work out for him at all.
Yeah, I still don't think they trust the pass game yet.
Not at all.
North Dakota State. So these type of situations really don't work out for them too often. But I do have a 3rd and 11 here. Vince Young still under center on the play action pass. He's looking, has a man. It's caught, but not for a first down. Lyle Ramsey gets 8 more yards. It's 4th and 3 now for North Dakota State. I assume they'll punt it away. They will.
Interesting play call. Yeah, punting it away, but just showing 2 freshmen there making a play, but not able to get the distance needed. Not aware of where they need to be at the chains.
That punt is away. Montana brings it. Pressure almost got there. It'll be fair caught near the 32-yard line. Montana has a chance to go take the lead, and we're gonna have.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Kepler on will be starting tonight. CVM, I think after everything that's happened is done. Done at Montana.
Well, there was conversation. He was in the portal, not in the portal. Is he back in the portal now? We don't know. We'll see what happens the rest of tonight, but definitely not a great start for him.
1st and 10 for Montana now. Kepler at quarter. We haven't seen him in quite a while. He fires. It's almost intercepted by Terrell Carter on the first play of the game.
Yeah, and a great play by the NDSU defense there, obviously stepping in front. But not a great first pass from Kepler there.
Yeah, it is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now for Montana. And this might be what we see a lot from both sides, just the inability to complete passes.
And it's interesting, as you pointed out, it might be difficult to complete passes. They are in a, 5-wide set here.
They are.
We're going to see how it goes.
Oh, it's a QB draw. Kepler takes off and runs with it. It's going to fight his way for 9 yards. 3rd and 1 for Key and Kepler.
And we saw there how it went, and it was a great game from Kepler. Caught the defense by surprise as well.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was really expecting it. 3rd and very manageable for Montana. Needing a yard to extend this drive. Looking to take the lead. It's going to be a long yard. Probably 1.5 yards to the markers. Running back in the backfield now with Kepler. On this 3rd and 1. It's going to be a keeper by Kepler again. He's got a wide open lane for a first down. And Moore's going to break a tackle to the 38. Key and Kepler with 16-yard rush and a 1st and 10 for Montana.
And Kepler has shown this from earlier in the season, has really made a lot of plays with his feet. Not surprised that they've decided to go to him and use that type of play call tonight.
Yeah, I know. I guess I think Montana's trying to do a good job of trying to get Kepler warm as Kepler loses 2 yards on a sack, and it's 2nd and 12 for Montana.
Yeah, and that NDSU, line may be getting even better next year. Not to talk too much about recruits right now, but we know that Woe Man is going to be coming along, and so he may like what he sees tonight, able to get pressure with their front 4.
Yeah, that's true. Some recruiting news for North Dakota State. There they are, not letting their first ever class look like a fluke. They're getting more 5-stars. I think they already have 2. So they're putting it again on a class. It's just the problem is just like this year. Can they actually produce results? Handoff, and it's going to get back to the red line of scrimmage. Chris Gidd, 2 yards, 3rd and 10 for Montana.
Yeah, and Montana now in a situation like we were talking with NDSU, behind where they want to be on 3rd and long now. Can NDSU get off the field and get another crack on offense? Hopefully in better field position too.
Yeah, Montana might think about going for this if they get any more yards. 3rd and 10 for the Grizzlies from NDSU's 43. Kepler back to pass on a 3rd and 10, going to fire left side. It's caught. It's going to be a first down for Jalen X, and oh no.
It may be bad, but they're going to keep playing.
All right, I know what's going on. For those that don't know, we've started the process of working on the roster for next season. Nothing changed attribute-wise. We've just gone ahead and started changing names. So everything's still the same. The name might be messed up a little bit. Kepler back to pass, fires quickly. Right side will get the first down. Breaks a tackle, gets another first down, and finds his way inside the tackled Adam Browns at the goal line, at the 5-yard line. First and goal for Montana.
Yeah, we won't worry about the names at all. That was just a tremendous play there. Looked like the running back from out in the backfield. Breaking,
I think they're going to
busting,
find out.
Getting down to the 5, 6 yard line, and first and goal for the Grizzlies.
It is first and goal for Montana. I guess I pressed the high button a little too late there. Anyway, first and goal for the Grizzlies. I will trigger. I'm going to remind you later, but make sure you select the correct roster for your game if you want the names correct. From the 6, first and goal for Montana. Man in motion. And Axel's in the backfield. It's going to be a triple option look, and it's blowing up in the backfield. Tip of the kip, loses 3 yards. Second goal from the 9.
And NDSU just, looked like they didn't necessarily bring the run pressure, but they had that covered anywhere you looked on that replay.
Yeah, second and goal now for the Grizzlies. Solid first drive from Montana. We really haven't seen this from them in quite a while on driving down the field.
Yeah, and you wonder if it's just familiarity with the head coach, offensive coordinator with his guy at QB.
Kepler back to pass. Going to take off run. Right side 5.
There it
Going to be
is.
tip back a touchdown. Montana. Kean Kepler 7-yard rush into the end zone. Montana strikes first and Fargo.
Yeah, what a play by Kean Kepler. Really, just a heady play. Read the defense was in man-to-man. Nobody was there to cover him after he got away here. And credit breaking the tackle, 2 tackles and getting in.
Kick is up. Kick is good for Montana, 7-0. And UCA's hopes of clinching tonight will require a comeback from North Dakota State. Kickoff from the 35. NDSU looking to do something other than a 3-and-out.
Yeah, the fans here in Fargo Dome. A little quiet now.
Oh, a nice return. Breaks a tackle to the 35-yard line. Daniel Glover, another nice return for North Dakota State.
Yeah, breaking a couple tackles there, trying to get up the sideline.
Yeah. First and 10 now for North Dakota State. What can Kernsey and Cappy do over there for North Dakota State, trying to get on the board here? Not one of the most explosive offenses in the league, but they've got to find something tonight, to stay alive.
Yeah, this is what we were somewhat worried about, is if they get behind, how are they going to able to react and kind of counterpunch?
Yeah. Under center, man of motion is going to be a triple option. Vince Young tackled in the backfield, loses a yard, and a 2nd and 11 now for North Dakota State.
And this wasn't the style of offense that Vince Young was really thinking he was going to come in and play necessarily with the under center looks. He's more of a spread guy. And so it's interesting how he's adjusting to this. Isn't necessarily what he wants, it seems. And so, you wonder if they're going to continue keeping him in there.
Yeah.
And you wonder if he's going to stay there at this point with this sort of frustration going on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens to this team once their season's over. Obviously, Zach, the former UConn OC, taking over. There's a lot of unknowns now for Montana as Yensing finds another caught first down. Law Ramsey 12 yards, and I think that's what North Dakota State really wants to get going tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Able to find Law Ramsey in that first drive, like we talked about, but wasn't able to get a first down, just not far enough. This time, Law Ramsey gets right near the line to gain, makes a great catch in traffic.
First and 10 for North Dakota State, trying to answer back the score they just gave up on defense. From their own 45-yard line, Vince Young 2 for 2 to start the game. It's what you want to see as someone running the offense. Handoff up the middle, gets outside to the 45, 40, breaks a tackle inside the 35-yard line. Greg Cooper 21 yards, And another first down for North Dakota State.
And it looked like the cornerback thought he was going to be staying inside and just lost the contain there on that play.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just great running ability by Cooper to get outside of the tacklers and, break a couple tackles to get some more yards. 21 yards on the play. And North Dakota State finally showing some life on offense now.
Yeah, absolutely. Able to respond a little bit here. Let's see if they can finish this drive off, though.
From the 34, 1st and 10 from North Dakota State. First time in Montana territory tonight. Vince Young under center. And it's going to be another handoff. This time, Greg Cooper loses 2 yards. Could not get away from the tackler. Great defense by Coach Ronnie there.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like maybe the nickel corner or whoever was down near the line there in the secondary was able to just come fill that play, just waiting for Greg Cooper, and made the nice open field tackle.
2nd and 12 for Montana, for North Dakota State now after the Montana 2-yard tackle for loss. As Montana taking their time to pick a play here. Now they're ready from Montana's 36-yard line. Vince Young still under center. I don't think they've gone out of that formation all night. Man in motion now. He settles. It's going to be a play-action pass. Fires quickly, and it's incomplete. Overthrown. Had a man wide open, and the running back just didn't turn around.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just really out of sync sometimes coming from out of center. Just maybe trying to rush it a little bit. And you wonder if his eyes got big when he saw his man out in space like that and just completely missed him.
Yeah, 3rd and 12 now for North Dakota State. And as we said last drive, this is someplace where they don't want to be behind the sticks. 3rd and longs, it just does not suit North Dakota State's offense. It doesn't really suit a lot of teams' offenses in the league. Very, very few can convert these, more times than not. From the 36 now, still. 3rd and 12. Play clock winding down. They finally get out of the formation, go shotgun. 3 seconds on the play clock. Vince Young play action pass. Blitz coming. Didn't even see him. Loses 8 yards. And this 4th and 20. Montana's getting out the field again.
Yeah, and a not a good sack to take there from Vince Young. You don't think that they could hit a field goal from 52, but we have seen it in this league.
We have.
So, not sure if they would have gone for it there or not, but they were in a position to do so.
Just something that we will just never know. Punt is away, and it'll be going into the end zone. Oh, it barely gets in there. Was a great punt by North Dakota State, but no one was back there to down it. And Montana gets the ball from the 20, up 7.
Yeah, and NDSU not getting the home field role there, unfortunately, early on.
No, now NDSU's got to figure out a way to get off the field here without Montana scoring.
Yeah, and can Kepler replicate what he did last drive, or is that just kind of a one-off?
See, Eddie Murphy in motion is going to be a jet sweep, and it goes absolutely nowhere. Loses 2 yards, 2nd and 12 for Montana.
Yeah, and a great play there from the NDSU defense, just waiting for that jet sweep. And once again, we're seeing some really good open field tackling from both sides so far.
Yeah. We are indeed into the first. Montana leading 7-0 as we have a 2nd and 12 now. Montana looking to keep their playoff hopes alive, and they are currently on track to do that. 2nd and 12 now.
Who would have thought at so far, right, that they're going to make the playoffs, but we don't know.
Yeah. Handoff on the left side. It's going to be Lakip who gets 2 more yards, but it's just as North Dakota State doesn't like it. Montana cannot be behind the chains very often, and right here they are. 3rd and 10 for Montana.
Yeah, big play call here for Montana, trying to get a little bit more yardage here to not put NDSU in such a good position if they get the ball back.
Yep, 3rd and 10 now for the Grizzlies. Kepler giving audibles. 2 receivers to the left side for Montana. Play clock at 6 seconds. 3rd and 10. Back to pass. Blitz coming. He's going to be hit as he throws. It's going to be caught, but not for a first down. In fact, they lose a yard. 4th and 11 for Montana.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure there, just trying to get it away to anybody. Not sure if he, just should have dumped it at his feet to try and not give up even a yard.
Yeah, Montana's, great stop late in the drive All for naught. They're going to punt it away back to North Dakota State. From inside their own 20, kick is away. And it'll be caught with some blockers near the 45. NDSU will have great field position. As he gets outside, we'll get to the 46-yard line. North Dakota State with great field position to begin this drive.
Yeah, and you know, basically right where they left off last drive here. Let's see if North Dakota State can open it up a little bit and get from out under center and try and get their guys out in space a little bit more.
First and 10 now for the Bison. Solid drive last time, just got too far behind the chains, and it came to an end. Well, let's see if they can't replicate what they did to start the drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looked like, you know, once again, when they were able to hit Law Ramsey over the middle, a couple of the play action passes worked well, but just not consistent enough.
First and 10 is going to be a handoff on the left side, and it's going to get 2 yards on the carry by Greg Cooper. 2nd and 8 now for North Dakota State.
Yeah, and it looked like Greg Cooper was fighting there for a second on top of the defender, but unable to break away.
2nd and 8 now for the Bison, with 5 minutes here to go in the second quarter. And, you know, what Monarch and I are basically calling round 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, this is definitely a play-in game, so to speak. Definitely round 1 for both of these teams, you know, survive and advance, so to speak, mentality for both. And, you know, so far, Montana has been able to be successful, but not in the best field position right now. So,
yeah, that would be pretty accurate. It's going to be Vince Young on an option. He's got green grass. We'll get the first down and more. Vince Young, 8 yards, and it's 1st and 10 for North Dakota State.
Yeah, and just a really nice play call, and also, you know, just a great keeper there from Vince Young the third.
Sorry, Mark, I know you can't see. I'm setting up something.
No worries.
Okay, I think we're good. All right. Ronnie's now on cam. We got that set up. The RFCL tank bowl. I don't really know if we want to call it that, because seeing that both teams, you know, their goal is to make the playoffs, right? That's what they're fighting for tonight. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line.
And technically, there are 2 teams that are already eliminated. So,
well, that's true. Yeah, not in this division, but yes, over in the East, Miami and Coastal are eliminated as Greg Cooper gets another 9-yard rush. Second and 1 now for the Bison. Probably their best drive so far, nearing the red zone from the 27-yard line.
yeah, and so far in this game, they've been able to get, you know, 20, 30, sometimes even 40 yards in a drive. And so, based off of their field position where they start at the 46-yard line, you know, they really just need to get 3 points out of this, in my opinion, and just get some points on the board and keep doing what they're doing. They're starting to wear already, it seems.
Yep. Vince Young under center from the 27-yard line. It's going to be a rollout pass. Has a man caught for a first down. Oh, had a blocker. Push for the... Hey, I don't even...
He turned back inside. Maybe he was not sure where he was.
Imbalance gets 6 yards on the play. It was a very long play to get 6 yards. So looking at the replay here...
I thought he had that block there too on that in the beginning of that catch, and if he did, I thought he was going to turn upfield and score potentially.
Yeah, so did I. I thought he had, you know, maybe 10 more yards or so, but at the same time he almost didn't get the first down with getting pushed backwards. But they did. They got the first down, got 6 yards, and they're inside the red zone for the first time. Oh, they're not. 2 yards away from the red zone from the 22. And is that a wildcat formation? I think it is. For NDSU's. Montana loves to run it. It's a keeper, and I don't know what he's doing. He makes a great hesitation move. Greg Cooper gets 10 yards. We got to watch that one again.
Yeah, you were not sure, and I think all of us out here tonight were not sure what he was doing, but he definitely knew what he was doing, and he got upfield quickly after that hesitation here.
He definitely had to land on the left side, cut it up the middle.
What a burst.
Still got the first down. And they are inside the red zone near the goal line, or near, you know, goal-to-goal situation for North Dakota State from around the 11-yard line.
I'm never. This is always where from watching games, this is always the worst spot, in my opinion, to be because
Yes.
we're, basically first and goal. Even when you have first and goal from the 10, right? It's just
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah, man in motion, 3 seconds on the play clock. Will they get this play off? They will. It's going to be a play action pass. Vincian looking, has a man. Oh, it's almost intercepted by, I don't even know who that is. I didn't see the name.
It looked like the linebacker was just sitting there in the space when he may not have seen him.
Yeah,
And
that
maybe he
was-
thought he was going to go out and cover the running back quickly, but he just sat there and was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Surprised he could have almost sixed that.
I think he would have.
It was close. I want to give VY3
That's
the
true.
benefit on catching him. Maybe even that running back catching him after a missed tackle. But,
Yeah. You never
We'll never
know.
know.
Yeah. It's going to be a handoff to Greg Cooper. Greg Cooper's going to fight his way to get 5 of your yards. And now it's 3rd and 5 North Dakota State. Monarch, in your opinion, they don't get this here. They kick 3. They can go for the touchdown.
Their offensive line has been pushing back consistently this Grizzlies front four right now on this drive and previous drives. So, the only negative plays they've had so far have been on deep rollouts
Yep.
or, really essentially coverage sacks. And so I would put him there. And if you don't get it too,
Yeah.
you're putting the defense, you're putting their offense in a really tough situation. You've been able to stop Montana.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely.
I know it. In my situation, I know my offense, is different. I would totally go for it. But, play action pass, Vince Young looking, fires in the end zone, has been touchdown. Law Rams, they don't even need to think about going for it. We're going to have ourselves a tie game here in Fargo.
Wow. And, we were talking about those rollouts. They've had rollouts from either side all night tonight, able to find Law Ramsey, making that inward cutting route a couple times successfully tonight here, too.
Yeah. And we're going to have ourselves a tie game here late in the second quarter with 2:24 to go.
And
Kick
Montana
is
now, you got to wonder what they're going to able to punch back with too. As you were saying, this is really a boxing affair basically, where they're jabbing each other, trying to hit each other. Don't have haymakers in their arsenal too often.
No,
So,
not really.
this is really it. It's not Army Navy, but it's kind of that same like slug 'em style. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're going to get a decent return from Locklear to around the 30-yard line. And Montana looking to now retake the lead here. Let's see what they can do on offense. Jet, the OC and head coach, as they have, I don't know how many coaching changes they've had. It's been a lot.
It's significant.
And they're going Wildcat. Montana's go-to. They love running this play.
See if they do that counter, yeah.
It's worked quite a bit. Eddie Murphy in motion. It's going to be a keeper, and LeKip will fight his way and get 4 yards. 2nd and 6 for Montana.
And it looked like there was a lane there for a second, too, for LeKip. But like you said, only able to get a couple up the middle.
Yeah. 2nd
And,
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say there's 23 people watching right now.
Oh,
Please
yeah.
like and subscribe. Don't forget.
Yeah, and if you're not in the Discord, join it. Make a recruit, make a coach, and it'll help us to do really anything. Expand, whatever we want to do.
You want to be LeKip? That could be you.
Yeah.
3rd and 5, though, coming up here for the Grizzlies. But huge play with 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
3rd and 5 now for Montana. And if you're the Grizzlies, you don't want to get the ball back to the Bison. So let's see what they do here. You also don't want to turn the ball over right here. So you got to play it safe. As they got a lineman in the backfield with LeClip and Kepler's Kiefer. The backfield ends up flashing pass to him. He fires in the middle. It's caught for a first down near midfield. Braden Tharp, the 5-star freshman, gets 14 yards.
And you wonder if that NDSU defense saw Kiefer in the backfield and said, you know what, we got to stop this guy. And they just got him a little bit on the play action.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for Montana.
And I also will say I love to see Kiefer back there or any big man in the backfield. I think that we should be doing it more often.
First and 10 near midfield. It's going to be another play action pass. Kepler looking, fires. It's caught for a 2-yard reception.
Yeah, not
I
sure.
don't know.
Not sure what to say about that one. Maybe he just thought the check down was available quickly.
I guess. I don't really know.
But 35 seconds ticking
And
away
yeah,
here.
The clock's rolling. They didn't call a timeout. Maybe Jet doesn't see that the clock is moving. As they're going to have 30 seconds. There they go. They finally call a timeout. I don't think they realized that it was running. And it's,
I believe you are correct, and I don't know if he's listening, but good adjustment because that was ticking away.
Yeah, if Jet's listening, I can make him. He should smile. Let me know he's really listening. I doubt he is.
Yeah.
Oh, he is listening. He is. He is listening. That's great. Oh man. 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Kepler going to take off. Breaks a tackle. Gets to midfield. Going to fight his way to the 45-yard line. Gets out of bounds, I think. Is the clock running? It is not. So they save a timeout.
What a play.
3rd and 3.
Kepler. He made that call early, and it has paid dividends so far for this Montana Grizzlies offense.
Yeah. 3rd and 3 for Montana as we're watching replay here. Probably going to have to cut this short. I will. Kepler's back to pass. Going to take off, run again. He's going to get sacked, and Montana burns a timeout. I would not have done that. I would have made NDSU burn one unless they're going to go for it here.
Yeah.
Are they actually going to go for it? Oh, my God, they are. Okay, first 4th down attempt.
Here we go. No. 63-yard field goal. No.
Jet and beyond, I don't think any kicker in the league right now can make that.
Elam ain't walking through the door.
Here we go. North Dakota State's looking to get off the field here in semi-decent field position with 3 timeouts. Could get a field goal out of this if they play it correctly. 21 seconds left, 4th and 4 from the 46-yard line.
What a huge play call coming up here.
Kepler back to pass, looking, fires right side, has a man caught,
Wide
for
open.
a first down. Braden Tharp gets 12 yards. 1st and 10 for Montana. We are inside the 40-yard line with 17 seconds left. Montana has got 1 timeout left from the 34-yard line. 16 seconds left. Kepler back to pass once again, looking. Going to try to take off, run, gets away. Will get the first down, and that saves another timeout. 11 more yards for Kepler, and 10 seconds left.
And Kepler just always fighting forward here.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line now. Clock will roll now with 8 seconds left. Kepler looking, going to take off, run again. This time he will break a tackle and get tackled at the 20-yard line, but Montana calls a timeout, and they're going to settle for 3 here. 37-yard field goal, easily manageable here. We say that. We've seen missed kicks like this before.
No, I have personally, and it is.
Kick is up. Kick is good, and that will do it for the first half. Montana takes a 10-7 lead into the locker room, and we are going to head to Montana real quick.
Absolutely.
To get these halftime interviews started. Coach Jet, Coach Ronnie, solid first half, taking the lead into halftime. What are your takeaways, Jet?
Kepler's playing like the lights are bright. He did that last year in the playoff game. Kepler knew he was going to be the starter after some controversy earlier in the week. So, with it being my team for the rest of the season, I made the choice. I think it's what Blake would have wanted. So Kepler's playing how Kepler plays when the lights are the brightest. I couldn't be more stoked. I think we kind of let one drive get away. I would have liked to score. But coaching like an offensive coordinator that's been in the playoffs before, that's for damn sure.
Monarch.
Yeah, just a really good first half from both sides. But for you guys, what went into going on that 4th and 4 call there, and what went into the mindset of just going for it?
It's one of those things. We need to win, and we're not gonna give up points. I trust Kepler's arm. I trust his awareness. We kind of just discussed it a little bit, and It was just one of those things. I went for it and it paid off. I knew if we didn't, it was only 20 seconds left. When they were going to be on their side of the field anyway. So it wasn't really like a make or break thing, I think. But I'm glad we came away with points. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then for Coach Ronnie, I was going to say your defense has been playing really solid so far. Just had that one drive, really, that they were able to be successful on with great field position on the 46-yard line. What are your plans here in the second half to continue to try and stifle this Bison's offense?
I mean, like you said, it was a pretty solid effort in the first half. I'm probably not going to switch it up too much, or I might. Who knows? We're playing to win here, so we have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So I have all faith in Jet. He's a great offensive coordinator, great head coach, and we're gonna get the W.
All right, we're gonna head over to NSU. We'll see y'all after the game.
Good luck, boys.
Thanks.
Coach Kernsey, down 3 at half. What adjustments are you gonna make to keep your season alive?
We're just going to kind of stick with what we've been doing. Offense is a little bit better. Going to try to pick it up a little more. They're not really stopping us. We've kind of stopped ourselves a little bit. And, defense has been playing well. They've completed some out-of-character passes for them. Kepler's playing pretty well. He's getting outside the pocket really well. And, we'll try to contain that a little bit better.
Monarch.
Yeah, I was going to say, guys, overall, able to move the ball pretty well on offense. Have you said anything to your team to try and get them to finish these drives a little bit more? Because you put yourself in good position here a few times.
Yeah, again, it's just making those plays. VY3 needs to continue to improve, continue to make plays. He's made a few this game. That will continue, and we'll keep giving him every opportunity to make those plays. And it just comes down to does he or does he not.
Yeah, and then Coach Cappy, I was going to say your defense has played pretty well, even though down by 3 points there, and maybe even unlucky on just some of the execution there towards the end of the half. What adjustments are you looking to make to try and take control of the game going forward?
I think just getting a little bit more pressure in there. I think the pressure's getting there. Just Kepler's doing a great job of just getting out of the pocket there and making plays. And going into this game, he's a really good athlete, but I think with the pressure coming on him, he kind of freaks out a little bit, where we can make the plays. Honestly, it's just we got to finish tackles. We got to finish picking the ball out of the air, all those different things. It's just the little stuff that we're just not doing well right now that we got to pick up here in the second half. And you start seeing us getting some big tackles, getting some sacks, getting some interceptions. I can best believe we're going to get the dub out of this game. But it should be a good second half here on both sides.
All right, we're going to head back to the booth. We will see y'all after the game.
All righty.
Thank you.
All right, Monarch. Any predictions for the second half?
I would want to say that one of them will open up the ball. And if any, I think it'll probably be Montana. Might try a thing or two. And you never know. They might, it might come back to bite them. We'll see what happens. But so far, so good for the Grizzlies, in my opinion. They're perfectly on schedule. They're right where they want to be. And NDSU not far off, but, like Happy was saying, they need to execute on the little details here.
Montana starts with the ball, so that 3 points for half, crucial. Have a chance to take a 2-score lead. Locklear gets around a 31-yard line. And Montana looks to extend the lead here on the opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, and that was actually going into one of the questions I was asking was what was the mindset kind of going for it there. I didn't know if he was really thinking about the fact that they were getting the ball and that they kind of double dip maybe here. So this drive is crucial in my opinion if he was, but it is anyways.
Yeah, it is. From the 32, 1st and 10 for Montana. Kepler under center. It's going to be a flea flicker. Kepler looking down the field. Might have a man open. He does. Eddie Murphy to the 30-yard line, inside the 30. Eddie Murphy, 40 yards. What a play to open the first half or second half.
And not to say commentator called it, but we just mentioned, were they going to try a thing or two? And they did the very first play. Congratulations to him on that.
I mean, Kepler made a perfect pass to Eddie Murphy there, and they're already near the red zone on a 40-yard pass by Kepler at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Montana, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive here.
And big man in the backfield again here.
Yeah, Kiefer's in the backfield for Montana. See if this time they use him. No, he splits off on a route. Kepler fires to his running back, Kip, who is free to the 15, tackled at the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 for Montana. Another 18-yard pass.
And a great play design there to the Kip out the backfield. Just got him out in space. And the linebacker having to come over and cover with him. Just not in any position to make that play.
Yeah, Montana doing a great job calling the offense here on the opening drive. Already inside the red zone near the goal-to-goal situations from just inside the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for Montana. It's going to be a handoff to Lakip. Lakip fights his way inside the 5-yard line. 2nd and 5 now for Montana.
And Lakip here has just been the man to go to. Let's see if they keep feeding him here close to the end zone as well.
Yeah. Can Montana get into the end zone and, really put a statement on this game that they are wanting the playoffs? Handoff Lakip this time. That's Chris Kidd, actually, and he loses a yard. Back to the 6th, 3rd and 5 for Montana.
And Chris Kidd, I thought he was going to be the guy for the Grizzlies, but Lakip has shown, not only tonight but previously, in my opinion, that he is the guy. I'm not sure if he came out for a breather or not, but I hope they go back to him here because he fights forward for yards, especially where they are. They need to get in the end zone. Same situation like earlier where they were basically needing to get a first down to be at the goal line.
Yep.
And so, tough spot, but see what happens.
Just inside the 7-yard line, Kepler giving audibles. 3rd and 5 for Montana, trying to take a 2-score lead here. Kepler is back to pass. NDSU bringing his pressure. It's caught, not for a first down, I don't think. It's 4th and 2 for Eddie Murphy and Montana. And, Monarch, we're talking about this. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it again, and I think they are.
Yeah, and they talked about the mentality of nothing to lose at halftime, and I agree. This is the play call where you have nothing to lose, similar to the first half. I think before when we were talking about it was NDSU with the ball close to the goal line. And, you just got to go for it, in my opinion, in these situations. No matter where it is, or no matter what time it is in the ball game, you should be putting pressure at the goal line. And so, see what these big boys up front do.
I agree. 4th and 2. Kepler under center. I think it's going to be a fullback dive. If I had put money on it. No, it's a pass. Kepler fires. Has a running back. Going to be tackled. It's a touchdown. Touchdown, Montana. Tiffle Kip gets in the end zone.
And just a great play call from the Montana coaching staff. We both, I think all of us, thought it was going to be a dive to Kiefer and able to get the ball off. Lakip fighting to the end zone, touchdown. About to be up 10 points.
Yeah, Montana takes a 17-7 lead. Montana really making a statement tonight after everything they've gone through this week. Coach Jett, this could have been one of his last 2 final games. He's keeping it alive, potentially moving on to, fighting for a playoffs next week whenever they play, as NDSU will get it to around the 31-yard line. Daniel Glover, 26 yards.
Yeah, and NDSU now, the pressure is on to answer that. Whether or not you score points there, you need to get some yards and you need to put some pressure on their defense. Ideally at least 3 points. But once again, you need to be getting the ball down the field so you can relieve your defense, who was on the field for a good bit there in the 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 for Montana. For North Dakota State.
It's getting difficult to remember what's happening because both these teams taking a long time to
big
make
plays.
the decisions.
Big plays. Under center's Vince Young, 2 seconds on a play clock. Play action pass. He's going to throw it to his, I think, fullback.
And it's similar earlier in this game. Sometimes when he does that play action pass, almost rollout, he just doesn't have his feet underneath him and
He
hits
does not.
nobody, right?
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see if they do go to a shotgun formation here, try and utilize his assets a little more to try and win this game.
Split offset from North Dakota State now. I think they're going to have to try, to get the run game going just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you got to use it as a weapon. If you don't, especially down here, down 10 points, you shouldn't abandon the run.
No, I agree. 2nd and 10 for North Dakota State. They switched the play. They're not going to get this play off. I don't think it's going to be a delay of game. No, timeout, North Dakota State. Not wanting to lose 5 yards. 2nd and 10 still for the Bison.
Yeah, and not sure if it's due to that change of formation and away from what they've been doing all game that kind of confused them on trying to change the play call or not. But need to take a timeout early here in the third quarter.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 still for the Bison at the 31-yard line. Man,
yeah, and
emotion.
like Bucky said, like the video. Sorry for interrupting, but like the video.
You're good. Vince Young going to take off, run with it, going to spin his way 4 or 5 yards. And a big 3rd and 5 now from North Dakota State. They are allowed to go for it, and I assume they will. Down 10 now.
Yeah, I assume so too. But nice play from Vince on the third, able to spin forward. What looked like he was going to get maybe a yard comes out to a gain of 5. So.
Yep, 3rd and 5 now for the Bison from the 36. Can Vince Young get 5 more yards, keep this drive alive, or at least close enough where Kearns he feels confident in going for it on 4th down from their own 36. 2 receivers to the right side for the Bison. Man on motion. Vince Young back to pass, looking and a fire check down route to the running back, who will not get the first down. 4th and 1. He turned the wrong way. Greg Cooper only getting 4. No doubt they're going for it here. No reason to punt the ball away for North Dakota State.
Yeah, an unfortunate play there from Greg Cooper, but fought for a few more inches and yards there at the end, and looked like he may have been able to stretch and get it. We'll see where they spot the ball in this one.
4th and 1 for
the Bison.
Yeah, sorry, someone sent me a DM. I was trying to read it. 4th and 1 for North Dakota State. Vince Young under center. And they changed the play at the last second. 6 seconds on the play clock. Will they get this play off? 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Not everyone's set. Oh, it's the delay. It's
the delay.
Oh no.
Goodness. Oh, goodness. Well, he went from the under center to shotgun look there, and once again, going away from what they knew this whole game, having issues with getting the playoff.
And now they're going to punt it away. What a turn of events for North Dakota State. Now, if I was Montana, I'd be watching for a fake.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But it is kicked away, and Montana could really put a big statement on this game. They could go score here. Now has the ball up 10, 17-7.
I was going to say the Fargo Dome is once again extremely silent right now, but they need to be making some noise to get behind their defense because this is a huge drive for them as well. They need to make a play. Somebody needs to come up and make a play for this NDSU defense. Ryan Parker, 3 interceptions last week, has not been able to duplicate that performance so far.
To be a handoff to Lakip, who will fight off one man and lose a yard. 2nd and 11 for Montana.
And keyboard space able to make a really nice tackle in space.
Yeah.
Filling that hole.
2nd and 11 for Montana. Up 10. Have not found themselves up by this much very often. The last time I can remember, they were up 10-0 on UCO. And they ended up still losing that game. But Montana Kepler fires quickly to no one, even in the area. So now it's 3rd and 11 for Montana.
Yeah, interesting decision from Kepler there. Not sure if he had something in his eye or just launched it into no man's land. But really interesting position coming up here on 3rd and 11.
What Montana cannot afford is a turnover right now. You cannot give any momentum back to North Dakota State. You have it backed up against the wall right now. 3rd and 11, play action pass. Kepler looking, going to get sacked and lose 5 yards. I thought he was about to get up and run. But
if he had broken the tackle from 4 guys, CBM, I'm sorry.
What are you doing, Jet? I don't think you can go for this, buddy.
I'm not sure if you'd want to go for this as far
I don't
as
think you would want to
4th
go
and
for
16,
that
but I would hope that. But a really big. We were wondering if NDSU's defense is going to be able to get off the field here.
Yeah.
In a real big 3-and-out.
Oh, yeah.
Stand.
Defense making its statements. And they might get great position once again. They're going to be inside the 50-yard line at the 49. And North Dakota State will have a chance to cut back in this lead potentially before the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, a really important drive now on the other side of the 50-yard line for NDSU. And they've shown so far in this game that when they're in this sort of position that they can take advantage of it. So let's see if they can do it again.
From the 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Vince Young under center. It's going to be a handoff right side. Greg Cooper gets outside. Oh, he needed that block. It doesn't even matter. He runs over, man. Gets 5 yards.
We both thought he was going to get hit, but Greg Cooper delivered that blow, clearly. And seeing this one again. Oh. Goodness, what a stiff arm from Greg Cooper.
2nd and 5 for North Dakota State.
And the ticker there showing at the bottom, 13-7 App State in the Battle of the Twos yesterday. Tuesday. Felt like yesterday for me.
Yeah.
Another handoff all night.
To Greg Cooper, who will get 3 more yards. 3rd and 2 from North Dakota State.
And North Dakota State, right where they want to be on schedule now. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and manageable, right where they want to be. And you got to assume they're going to go for it as well if it gets to the 4th down.
I would agree. I think they definitely still have at least one more. They didn't attempt it last time. As long as they don't
get outside of field goal range.
Yeah. 3rd and 2 from the 41. Another handoff to Cooper, and this time he loses a yard. And now what did North Dakota State do? I just feel like they go for it here.
Yeah, a very interesting decision coming up here. This is a game-changing decision, in my opinion, and it's just coming up on the end of the 3rd quarter, just before it. We should mark this one down.
Yeah, I would agree. 4th and 3 for the Bison. They are going to go for it. Will they get a playoff this time? Last time we saw this, they took a delayed game and had to punt it away. And if they're not careful enough to do it again, they only have 8 seconds on the play clock. Finally choose a play.
And Bucky, I am not the Appalachian State RFCL.
2 seconds. 1 second. They get it off. 4th and 3 from North Dakota State. Vince Young looking. Going to take off, run for it. He will get the first down. He gets the first down. What a play by Vince Young.
What a play indeed. And Vince Young III looked like he was going to be in the pocket for too long, but able to get outside and get that extra yard.
Mark, what do you think about the rumor in the chat about you?
Yeah, well, it's difficult to dispel rumors, and so I typically do not comment on such matters. But I do have a young child, so I would tell you that I do not like to punch young children.
Under center once again, 5 seconds on the play clock. First play of the 4th quarter now for North Dakota State. Handoff, Greg Cooper cuts up and gets 2 yards. 2nd and 8 for North Dakota State.
Yeah, and after that big 4th down play here, it's going to be interesting if NDSU tries to speed up their tempo down 10, or if they just continue to go like this. They're methodical, trudging down the field.
They need to get something relatively quickly. Field goal, touchdown, whatever. Just got to get something on the board. From the 36-yard line now, 2nd and 8, 6.5 minutes to go. And North Dakota State still under center. Play action pass. Vince Young breaks a tackle, and he'll get the first down and more. And he's still to the 10, going to be tackled at the 6-yard line. What a run by Vince Young.
What a run indeed. And a la his father, able to get up and use his legs. Just a tremendous play. Making a man miss here, breaking a tackle, stumbling. I thought he was going in.
Oh, so did I. But from the 7-yard line, first and goal for
NDSU,
sorry, Trigger was telling me. Cams. Second and goal from the 4 now for North Dakota State's in great field position to get on the board here.
Yeah, and they went to on their touchdown. They went to that play action rollout and foul law Ramsey. Let's see if they go back to that here.
From just inside the 5 at the 4, 5:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. North Dakota State trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Vince Young under center. Second and goal. Montana changing defense formation. It's a strong toss. Greg Cooper, wide open lane, touchdown North Dakota State, and we have ourselves a 3-point game.
Yeah, definitely a great play call, able to get Greg Cooper out in space. And that line, there was nobody there. They just cleared the road for Greg Cooper.
Yep. Now with the extra point, looking to make it a 3-point game, it is a 3-point game. 17-14 is our score, and Montana looking to not having another 3 and out, which they did last time. Looking to keep the ball here, maybe go score, get some momentum back.
Yeah, and this is just such a typical game for both of these teams. Both of these teams are familiar with being a tight game like this, back and forth going towards the end. This is just exactly what we came to expect. I am excited to see the last 5 minutes and 37 seconds.
Hey, or maybe even longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And
maybe overtime.
Chat, if you have not, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Please. Also head to the website. It'll flash at the bottom at some point at the bottom line. Go make your recruit. Go make a coach.
Coach.
Yeah, right here. It's going to tell you the website to go to in just a second. But yeah, we are in need of not only coaches at this point, recruits as well.
Absolutely.
First and 10 for Montana now. Only up 3. Kepler back to pass. Blitz coming. Sacked. Ooh. Loses 7 yards. Key and Kepler did not even see him coming.
He did not. And, it looked like they only had 3 down linemen, but that linebacker just standing there at the line of scrimmage, and nobody picked him up. No, just a tremendous play call.
I mean, what a blitz call by North Dakota State there. You're completely right. No one even saw that man coming.
I'm not sure if the right tackle thought that there was somebody else in the backfield that was going to come fill that space, but terrible miscalculation on the read there.
Yep. Now it's 2nd and 17, and Montana, not a team you like to be behind the sticks, especially this far back. 2nd and 17, Kepler back to pass, another blitz coming, fires right side, has a man caught, first down, Braden Tharp.
Tharp has been his man tonight, making multiple big catches, and just finds him again on the outside. Great route, able to stay in bounds. Huge play.
Yeah. What a throw by Kepler on the right sideline. Hit his receiver on the money. And it's 1st and 10 for Montana.
Yeah, and once again, this is just getting so tight of a game. Strap yourselves in, boys.
Yep, 1st and 10 now for Montana, just outside the 40-yard line. Man in motion is going to be a keeper by Kepler. It's a fumble. It's a fumble.
Wow. I thought Jared X was maybe looking upfield early. Not sure if he heard things, but he was by himself and just could not make the play on the ball. And it looked like he wasn't going to be able to make the play on the fumble either, but got on top of it there.
Yeah, it was a backwards lateral. Nicotine. I'm in my dorm. I can't yell like I was used to. So I have to quietly raise my voice. Anyway, 2nd and 16, Kepler fires quickly to the left side, and he'll find his way for 9 more yards. 3rd and 7 for Montana. A big 3rd down here. I don't believe Montana can go for it here. I think they've used to them already. So
That's right. That's right. They used them early to get the lead.
Yeah.
And those are the calculations you make as a coach in this league. You know, the strategic rules that have been put in place by the creators of this league make it what it is. And Montana now in a tough situation.
Trigger that they would be able to if they haven't used any, but they've used both of them already. So anyway, Kepler play action pass, blitz coming, fire down the field, has me on the defense is caught. It's broken up. It's broken up. Had a man running behind the defense, and what a play by the North Dakota State corner.
Yeah, a tremendous play by the North Dakota State corner, attacking the hands there late, making the play on the ball when he needed to. Looked like Kepler, you know, it looked like he was going to be able to hit him in stride, but that ball just kind of fell quickly towards the end.
And we have ourselves a game. Punt is away as long as there isn't any shenanigans on this return. North Dakota State will have around, we'll say 50, 60 yards to get in field goal range. Pitching this to overtime, or 75 yards to stay alive.
If they're thinking about more, in my opinion, not necessarily big chunks to get more, but they were able to go down the field like that last drive. You got to feel confident in yourself.
I would agree,
especially at home to go get the win. You're playing to win. Not sure if they want to extend this or not.
I would say I haven't watched North Dakota State a lot this season, but they have a tendency to let the play clock run all the way down, and they're barely get this play off. Greg Cooper, what a lane, gets 8 yards, 2nd and 2 from North Dakota State.
And like you said, we were really unsure if they're going to get that play off there, but a great play call, able to get Cooper in space again, and a gain of 8.
Yeah, we're talking. I think the goal here, you got to get yourself a field goal range. Then you can worry about, trying to get in the end zone, win the game. But you got to get those first 40 or 50 yards right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think they should be worried too much with the clock either.
No,
they have plenty time.
Yeah. Problem is now they have 2 plays to get a yard. Can North Dakota State get a single yard? Keep this game alive. They used timeout earlier in this half to avoid delay a game. Can they do it again? Or can they get the first down? They just can't be behind. You cannot be behind the chains right now. You just can't afford it.
Yeah, and you wonder if they're going to go right up the middle, but still has wide receiver out to the right.
Yeah, man in motion. Now he settles. It's going to be a play action pass. Vince Young looking, going to fire, and it's going to have a first down. Unbalanced, gets 4 yards. What a play call by Kernsey there.
Yeah, great play call there from Kernsey. And, he's been really in sync with VY3 since the break there at halftime. You have to assume that they had a great conversation.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Nearing the 50-yard line, just outside the 40, at the 38-yard line, we have just over 2 minutes to go. Vince Young giving audibles. Now he's ready. Handoff up the middle. This time, Greg Cooper is going to only get a yard. And now it's when North Dakota State might have to start paying attention to the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you wonder, they still have 2 timeouts, but, they used that timeout early in the third quarter. Is it going to come back to affect the coaching decisions here?
Yeah, sure. I agree. I don't know how that was a gain of 1 yard. Play action pass. Vince Young looking to fire to the running back, who breaks a tackle, gets 3 yards. Now it's the 3rd and 6, and now they're going to hurry up. A minute and 30 together. Realize that they got to get some plays off now.
Yeah, and I think it was gain of 1 because Cooper is just probably on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty good.
Play action pass is going to get hits. He throws. It's going to be a first down. Malik Anderson gets 6 yards.
Yeah, maybe a hometown spot there, but a great play, able to get the ball off. Look at Jet. Jet is in disbelief.
Yeah, he is. Play action pass once again. Vince Young looking, fires to, I think that's a fullback who will get another first down out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 North Dakota State. We'll look at that 3rd down conversion once again.
Yeah, that was just a great play call, great execution, and 2 big play action passes in a row.
Yeah. From the 40-yard line.
How did he get that off?
I don't know how he got it off, how that was a first down. But we're at the 40-yard line now. Play action pass. Vince Young sacked.
Not this time.
Loses 4 yards, and they're burning a timeout. 2nd and 17 now. Oh, no.
Yeah, and I think that not to go back to what I just said, but after them using that timeout so quickly there, I definitely think using that timeout earlier is going to affect.
It's going to come back and potentially, it's going to come back and haunt them, I
If
believe.
they can't execute a good play on this play right here, this is going to be a really difficult situation coming up because they are not in field goal range anymore, I believe.
Yeah.
That pressure finally getting there from the Montana
Yeah,
defense.
just too many play action passes from the 46-yard line now. Another play action, though. This time he's got some blockers fires. It's going to be caught near the 41-yard line. 3rd and 11. And North Dakota State's got 2 plays to probably get, I think they have to get a first down or at least somewhat close to that 30-yard line to have a chance of kicking the field goal. Let's go. Vance Young back to pass looking. Fires on the right side, going to be caught and out of bounds only for 3 yards. And, oh, man, this is it. North Dakota State season on the line, 4th and 8.
Yeah, I think it's a 55-yard field goal from here. That would be the longest in RFCL history.
Oh, 100%.
And they're not attempting it.
No, I wouldn't either. You got to get a first down here. 4th and 8 from the 38. 5 wide from North Dakota State. Changing the play. 13 seconds on the play clock. And they're going to call a timeout. Oh, man. Are they going to think about kicking this here? They can't go back now. They want to think about it. They don't have a timeout left.
Yeah, once again, that using that early has left them in an interesting coaching bind. They don't have the luxury that they may have had, and it'll be a really interesting play call coming up here. I do not know what the best way to go is, but they've had some success on that play action pass.
They have.
Rollout. So, see if they'll go back to that well.
4th and 8 for North Dakota State here. Playoff hopes on the line, game on the line, everything on the line right now for North Dakota State. Same thing for Montana. Stop, and you are staying alive till next week. When you take on Central Arkansas, play action pass, 4th and 8 fires. Incomplete. Montana is going to stay alive, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move, get the first win of the season, and have a chance at the playoffs next week in the last week of the season.
Yeah, just a great play by this Grizzlies defense coming into the Fargo Dome, not letting any of the noise in the background affect them, and looking like they're going to come out of this with a victory, a huge victory.
For the first time.
On down to the playing game.
For the first time, victory formation for the Grizzlies. And
wow. All we can say is congratulations to Coach Jed and Coach Ronnie. Tremendous performance. And also a really gutsy performance from Kernsey and Cappy and the whole NDSU team as well. Showed a lot of heart. And, just a great game overall.
Yeah. You could not ask for better game to kick off season, or kick off Thursday nights.
Well, what feels like the real season now for, or was the real season maybe for both of these teams, right? They were in the playoff mode, and one team walked away and is moving forward.
Yep. All right, that's the final new down. We're going to head to Montana for post-game interviews. Coach Jet got win number 1, staying alive in the playoffs. How are we feeling?
Man, I told you guys we were going to come in. We were going to let, I watched the documentary, The Swamp Kings, this past week, and Urban Meyer was talking to Earl Bruce, and Earl Bruce told him to let that MFer fly. And that's what we did. We let that MFer fly. We came in. We knew what was on the line. I knew it was on the line. Our guys wanted to show out. I wanted to show out. Ronnie wanted to show out. We came into, opponent's territory, and the score is a little closer than what we wanted to, but I think for the most part, we had them in check the whole game. Fun fact, Ronnie actually stepped away at about 3 minutes in the third quarter and didn't come back until that last drive for NDSU. He had to, I guess, has tornado warnings going on and had to attend to needs over there. So I was the whole kit and caboodle for most of the game at the end there. But again, stoked for my guys, stoked for Kep.
Stay safe.
It's a good time here in Montana, that's for sure.
Yeah, crazy. Got tornadoes going on out there, and that's stay safe for sure. But tremendous execution there at the end, able to get the stop. What was, we thought maybe you were going to continue to bring the pressure, but what was the idea there to kind of drop so many players into coverage?
You know, they were running play action a lot. I know Ronnie stepped away. What I noticed, they were playing play action a lot. I knew towards the end they would have to back out of that. It was just kind of like a suicide mission doing that. So backing the players off and letting our defense make the plays. I mean, Ronnie called a hell of a game. You could obviously see the difference when Ronnie stepped away and when I was calling the plays. Pretty much called the same 3 plays over and over and over again to just try to replicate what Ronnie can do. But those are like his 3 bread and butters, and I tried to stick to them. Like I said, we let them get away with a couple points, but I'll live with it. It's a W.
Yeah, and the chat is going crazy for you guys. Really happy for you. And at this point, on to round 2, so to speak, of the playing games, basically. And so, hopefully, you get to keep that playoff mindset, keep the players fresh, and good luck to you.
Thank you, boys. Job's not finished.
Jet, you got controls.
I got stats.
Do you have them?
Is it me? Yep, it's me. I
All
got
right. Well, we will see you next week. You got a very important game to get ready for. We'll see you then.
Sir.
Coach Kernsey, a heartbreaking way to end not only the game, eliminated from the playoffs, but what were your takeaways from tonight?
They coached like they didn't have anything to lose, and I didn't. So, in the end, that's what it came down to. Kepler was hotter than a whore in church today. Nothing I could do about that. He just made some plays, and we didn't make enough. Congrats to Jet.
Monarch.
Yeah, and Coach, a tough way to go out on senior day there for a couple of your guys, but a bright future for you. What can you say about some of the play of your younger players tonight?
Yeah, VY3 had a decent night. He did pretty well. Missed a couple throws that really could have maybe changed this game for us earlier. At the end there, we got into a bad spot. We had to burn a timeout. Just some rough situations. Had a little bit of internet problems over here. We were lagging pretty bad, so not an excuse, just what was happening. And Cooper's good for us. We got some good receivers. Ramsey will be great. We've got a stud coming in next year on the defensive line that'll really help improve our defensive line and improve the rest of the team as well, because we'll move some guys around. Overall, the team's on the up and up. It's just going to take a little more time, and as we've seen a lot of these teams in their second year are really taking off, and I would expect that to be us next year.
All right. Well, we'll leave you all for pregame or postgame debrief, and we'll see you next week for last game of the regular season.
And good luck to you, boys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Monarch.
Yep, take care.
Oh, gotta go back to the. All right, Monarch. What a way to start, Game number 1 on a Thursday. Probably really couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can take a look at the updated standings now. As you can see, Montana is tied for 3rd right now in the division.
Look
they,
out.
They need
They're
to
playing
win.
with nothing to lose. They have nothing. They have no pressure on their back whatsoever. That is just a dangerous mindset to be in my opinion.
So, what needs to happen for Montana to get in? They need to beat Central Arkansas, obviously. They also need North Dakota State to beat Upper Iowa. I'm an idiot. It does say North Dakota State has a clinch. I'll fix that for the next game. I'll put an E there. So for Montana to get in, they need a win over UCA and a North Dakota State win over Upper Iowa. And that's their path to getting to playoffs. Central Arkansas just needs to win. Same with Upper Iowa. They just need to win. But yeah, that is your playoff outlook right now for the West.
And it's not far-fetched, not to interrupt you, but it's not far-fetched for NDSU to win that game next week. Not to be disrespectful in any way to Upper Iowa. We've had a great season so far. But NDSU is not going to just not play next week. They, play everybody tough, just like tonight, and I expect it to be a really good game again. So a lot is going to be on the line,
Oh, yeah,
and,
100%.
I haven't looked at the schedule. I'm not sure what days that they play, but I would say that maybe an executive change to make sure that they play on the same night to not give any advantage could be in case if they're not, because one team could pretty much know, if they have nothing to play for.
All right, so just to clear up any confusions, were they not done with stats? I don't think they were. We probably need to go back real quick.
I thought they went through the.
We
team stuff.
can check, I guess. Okay. Any confusion? So, is that Jet?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, I went through all of them.
Okay. All right. Well, we can put this back up then. Appreciate it, Jet. Tiebreakers. First one goes obviously division record. Okay, as you'll see on the first overall. Then the second one is overall record, or second one is head to head between how many teams are tied. And then the third one is overall record. So that's why point differential will probably not be involved in this, because we're not going to have 3 teams tied with the same record. So that's why Montana needs to win and North Dakota State also needs to win for them to get in. No, point differential is not going to matter. There is nothing with point differential that's going to happen unless literally no, point differential won't matter at all. So it's just you got to win. Anyone that's on the bubble next week, you got to win. That's your one and only goal. All right.
And I'm be looking forward to see if they pull out some tricks and get some real big punches going in all these games. So stay tuned, boys.
All right, yeah. Well, with that, we are going to take a break. Well, it's not over. We got a non-divisional game. Still, it's still big
4
for
versus 5.
It's still
4
big for
versus 5.
UCA. They need the overall record boost, for tiebreaker purposes. So yeah, we'll see you all in about, I would say, 10 or so minutes for game number 2.
Be there.